Nobody gets you ready for Utah football more than the KSL Sports Zone.
Ready?
Kyle Whittingham and the Utes open up Big 12 play with a huge game against Texas Tech. Catch a special Ute edition of College Football Saturday starting at 8 a.m. Your home for the best coverage of Utah football is right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. This is Hans Olsen and Scotty G. Presented by Mountain Land Supply on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Hans and Scotty, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. All right, Hans, this is going to be an interesting one today. Utah started out the year undefeated. They're 3-0. Massive game against Texas Tech. Massive, absolutely massive game against Texas Tech. So you've got the build-up for that. You've got a first-half performance where there's some things that probably made Kyle a little salty. I love it.
At some point, you and I will have some fun with this.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And you know who it is.
Really?
I think you'll know. Yep.
Nice. Even better.
He's a hero.
Yes, no doubt. So does it feel like an okay or all right day today for Kyle Whittingham?
We have had consecutive okays.
Yeah.
And
he's been on an okay streak.
He is. I just think he's stuck in an okay rut.
I think he might be right.
Yeah, I think he's on the okay train, and I think it's become more comfortable. We have not heard an all right since maybe midpoint last year.
Yeah.
So give me an okay. You are 2-0. I'm 1-1. So I can't really roll the dice. You don't want to roll the dice because you can't give up your lead.
No.
So where are you going?
So I'm going okay because, in fact, just put me down for okay until he actually goes all right because I think I think it's his crutch now.
Yeah.
Kyle Whittingham always starts every press conference with either okay or all right. Let's see what we have today.
Okay. Talk a little bit about the Wyoming game. First of all, got a great deal of respect for Wyoming and their program. They play hard, they're coached well, and like I said, they're a well-run program and gave us all we could handle there, particularly in the first half. Speaking of the first half, we moved the ball up and down the field. In fact, we had 540 some odd yards of offense, and it was almost exactly split evenly in between halves, but drastic difference in the scoreboard. We just found a way to not finish drives in the first half and missed a few kicks, and consequently it was a tight game at halftime, 3-zip. But then in the second half, complete flip from what we did in the first half as far as finishing drives. The yardage again was about the same, 270 roughly in each half, but you got to finish drives, and that's what we did in the second half. And fortunately, our defense was good the entire night and kept us in the game when we were struggling in the first half and not getting any points on the board. So very pleased with the defensive output. Special teams, we have some things to work on. We did do some good things. Kicked the ball well on kickoff out of the end zone. Didn't have to cover any kickoffs. One punt is all, and we did a good job on that rep. And so some good things, but certainly some things to work on. Excited about this week, Big 12 opener. Texas Tech coming to town. Got big noon kickoff coming. It's a great opportunity for not only our program but for the university in general. A chance for our fans to showcase what Rice Eccles is all about. And the big noon kickoff show. I'm sure we'll have people that will attend that well and make have a good outing in that. But it's good. Our players deserve to play on this stage and should be a great ball game. Texas Tech, phenomenal numbers on offense right now. over 600 yards a game, nearly 60 points, good on third down, good in the red zone, balanced attack, rushing for over 200 and throwing for nearly 400. Really no weakness. I mean, they've had an outstanding start to their season, and should be a good football game, and our guys are looking forward to it. And so there we go. Questions?
Justin's got the first one I got for you.
Okay.
So Justin says, Texas Tech is known for their talented players, up-tempo offense, and physical play. What is the one thing we need to do better this week against the Red Raiders to ensure a victory? And he also said, great win on Saturday.
Thank you, Justin. I would say pick up where we left off in the second half with finishing drives, getting the ball in the end zone, and if we can do that, that'll go a long ways towards our chances to win the game. Obviously, the turnover margin is crucial every single week. We've been fortunate enough to win the turnover margin the last couple of weeks, and we did turn the ball over once on Saturday night, but we took it away twice. So when we win the turnover margin at +1, we're like 83% win percentage, and when it's +2 or better, it's like 90-something%. So that right there is very indicative of how important that is. And Texas Tech, yeah, they got a lot of good players. Obviously, they wouldn't be able to be doing what they're doing without a bunch of good players. And so they've done a nice job of assembling that roster and getting talent infused into the program.
Coach, you already talked about it, but with Fox coming to this game, what does it mean for your program specifically? Like, what sort of impact do you see with this nationally televised opportunity?
Well, just that. It's a nationally televised opportunity, and to have our program showcased on the big noon kickoff game is a big plus. And, we've had, big games here before, and so it's nothing new to us, but anytime you have a chance to get in front of a national audience and, have people get a chance to see our stadium and our muss and our band and just the crowd and the hostile environment that it is a positive for us.
Kyle, Texas Tech spent roughly $25 million plus on this year's roster reportedly. I'm just curious, is that evident on tape when you see the type of talent that you have and kind of a broader picture of that? Is the spending in college football, I guess, adding to the talent disparity, and do you see that happening all across the board?
Well, they're certainly committed to winning, and I'm good on them for being able to attract those players and get the type of players in that they have. And is spending affecting the imbalance? I guess you'd have to say it is in a lot of respects, but there's a lot of programs out there that want to win badly, and like I said, if they have the support and all that, that's great. More power to them.
There's been multiple games where you guys have had double-digit plays in these long, extended drives. Mm-hmm. Is there an advantage to having those long, extended drives versus, short drives where you're pushing the ball down the field rather quickly? Or what are your thoughts on, would you rather have these long, extended drives, or would you rather push the ball down the field quickly and score faster?
I think there's an argument for both. As long as they end in touchdowns, that's the key. And so there's certainly a place to have those extended drives, give your defense a rest, wear out the opposing defense, control the ball, impose your will. Typically, those longer drives have a lot of run aspect to them, and so being able to wear them down in the run game, that's a positive. Then the quick strike, being able to strike quickly, is also positive, particularly if you have that ability in the end of game, and you need to make something happen quick. And so I think if you can do both, that's the ultimate. And we have had a couple, 19 and 20 last week play drives, which is pretty impressive. I don't know when the last time is we had 2 drives of that length in the first 3 ball games.
Now, 3 games into the season, how would you grade where Devin is right now, and where does he need to go to kind of reach that depth that you guys need?
Well, I give him an A+. I mean, not only is what he's doing on the field, but his leadership, his impact on the team overall. He's just been exactly what we hoped he would be, and he's without question one of our team leaders, and the players have embraced him. And so I think that we couldn't have asked any more from him to this point. He's completing the ball at a high rate. He's protecting the football. He's our leading rusher right now. So he's doing it all, and we just got to keep being intelligent with how we use him. But he runs the ball so effectively, and there's quarterbacks in the country that do run the ball effectively, and schools let him run. I mean, you can't just take that away from him. That's such a huge part of his game, and so, but you can hope that he'll stay out of harm's way as much as possible. There's some times where you can't do that, but I think to this point, like I said, couldn't have been any better than what he's done, and his numbers really speak to that.
3 games in, what are you liking from this offense, and where do you feel like you still need to improve?
Like the offensive line and how they're controlling the line of scrimmage. We expected that going into the season, and when you rush for nearly 300 yards a week, which is what we're doing, then that is a manifestation of good offensive line play. Tight ends are playing really well. I thought they probably played their best game this last game. Dallin Bentley is becoming a very solid, reliable, consistent performer, both blocking and receiving. Hunter Andrews, you see what he does. I guess technically, I don't know if we can call him a tight end. He's an H-back or whatever he does, how you want to term that. But he's a guy that is multifaceted, multi-talented, and you saw him really take over the game on Saturday, particularly in the second half, with some big rushes, and he also added some catches as well.
Yeah, Coach, the Big 12 starts this week, play for you guys. What did you learn in year one of playing in this conference?
What did we learn? Well, I think I've said it many times before. We weren't surprised by anything. It's not like we got into the schedule and we thought, wow, this is not what we expected. And so I don't think we learned anything that wasn't anticipated. It's a physical conference, a lot of high-powered offenses. It just what we thought it was going to be, it has turned out to be. How about that?
Coach, do you remember start time this locally that was 10 a.m. and how do you prepare for that so they are ready to go peaking at that hour?
I think we have, to my recollection, Keeler, he probably could answer that better. Yeah, I mean, he's only been here. Colorado? Here. Was that 10 o'clock there? So you're talking just locally. We have had 10 a.m. starts. It seemed like we did it at the Air Force one year. You do things in the morning. We do things in the morning anyways, but we added a few things in the morning, eating breakfast at the same time as pregame meal will be, and trying to mimic that, and so their bodies, in the short amount of time that you do have, can acclimate as best you can to what's going to be happening on game day. But with our school schedule, we can't move practice from afternoon to morning. It's not conducive to the academics that our players have. So we'll just do a few things, but I think you make too big a deal out of something. I think we made too big a deal out of going to the swamp a couple years back, and we're heating the indoor up and doing all kinds of things. And there's a point where it just becomes more of a distraction than a help. So, but yeah, we will do a few things timing wise to try to acclimate.
And then you look at Texas Tech statistically, it's pretty similar. They have a quarterback that's completing 70% of the passes, only one interception. They got 3 guys that are running the ball around 5 yards a carry. They got, offensively, they put up a lot of points, not against elite talent, but do you see similarities between your two teams?
I think so. Yeah, both quarterbacks, as you mentioned, are playing very well, and their QB his passer rating is over 200. It's like 208 or something like that, which is really good. I mean, that's off the charts good. And they do run the ball. They got a physical offensive line. They got good size. Both tackles are 6'8", and got some tight ends. They typically are more so an 11 team than a 12 team. So you're going to see 1 back, 1 tight, 3 wides most of the time, but they will jump into some 2 tight sets and run the ball well. And they're, like I said, they're running the ball very effectively right now.
Kyle, Ryan Davis is number 3 in the Big 12 in total receptions through 3 games. What have you liked about him in terms of his emergence, and where do you feel like you guys need to go further among the receiver group?
Yeah, he's been a real plus for us. He's a very dependable receiver, great hands, great routes. Not necessarily a guy that's going to stretch the defense and get behind everybody, but he's going to find the soft spots in the zones and work his way open. And he and Devin have a really good chemistry, as you might expect, playing last year together as well. And he's a guy that really, if there's a leader in the receiving room right now, I would say it is RD. Everyone looks to him and really respects how he works and how he comes to practice every day with the right mindset. And like I said, his numbers are really good, third in the league or whatever. And so he's been a big part of our offense, and he certainly had a big impact Saturday night, 10 catches. And so, yeah, he's someone that we really have relied on.
All right, there you go. Another okay. I think we just stick with okay until he throws us a curveball.
I will go all right after a loss.
Okay.
If one comes.
Yeah.
But I'd like to not see one.
I would like not to, look, I want that Utah-BYU game, both teams to be undefeated.
That'd be very great.
That might be a bit too much to ask for, but, man, I would love to see that.
And I'd like one of the two to be 15-0.
Yes.
Would it be 15-0?
12, 13 for a Big 12, and then 3 playoff games, 16-0. Yeah.
Whew, that'd be a long season. That's basically an early NFL season.
Well, considering some of us get paid by the game, let's go.
Oh, hey, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Huh, 16 games, you say?
Now we're cooking.
Any of those CFP bonuses laying around?
Yeah. God, knowing them, they probably would.
Yeah, they probably would.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, man, BYU is so good.
They
just are so good.
Dude, I am with you. After doing those softball games, I'm all about that.
And it's like everything they do has become first class.
Yeah.
And not that it wasn't. I mean, we used to travel all first class, and we were treated like kings as players, but I think they might treat their employees even better.
That's crazy.
They're just great to work with.
Yeah. Right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
The wheel is loaded, and it's time to talk some sports. This is Sports Roulette with Hanson Scotty on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
All right, 2:38, Hanson Scotty right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Time for another edition of Sports Roulette. We take some of the big headlines, put it on a roulette wheel, we spin it, and wherever that ball lands is what we end up talking about. Of course, Lloyd has decided to take the day off today, so Christian has been kind enough to produce a show, which he usually does 2 to 3 times a week.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'd heard that Lloyd had exhausted himself on the Sunday podcast.
Yes. He did do a lot of talking.
That he had completely exerted himself to the point of no return and needed time for the chords to recover.
Yes. Those baritone chords of his took a work.
I'm sure.
Took a beating yesterday. But
sure.
Yeah, got to rest him up. All right, Christian, fire up that wheel.
In the great words of my friend Scotty G, what the hell just happened?
What the hell just happened?
I really don't want to talk about it.
I don't get this.
I don't get emotional over Broncos games anymore, but I was ticked over yesterday.
I feel like Dan Jones is on like some type of retribution anger tour.
That dude has suddenly become Joe Montana, and Denver was throwing the kitchen sink at him, and he's just cool, calm, and collect in the pocket. But here's the thing. Everybody's going to talk about the leverage call late in the game, which is BS. I mean, you can call that anytime you want to. But whatever. The fact is Denver was up by, 2 scores. They had a drive inside the 20, and Bo Nix throws an interception. They had another drive deep inside Indy territory, and they get pushed back with a 15-yard face mask penalty and then miss the field goal. So even if you just kick 2 field goals up there, you win that game. Even if you kick one of those field goals, good chance you win that game. But no, Indy's able to trim it to 2. They kick a 60-yard field goal to end the game. Oh, it's wide right. No, we got leverage. Move it forward 15, and the guy splits the uprights.
Got leverage?
Yeah. The call was leverage.
Is that where you try to push off another?
Yeah, essentially, if you put your arm or your hands on the top of the center after he snaps the ball, that is called leverage, and it's a 15-yard penalty. Not a 5, not a 10. It's a 15-yard penalty. So Indy had one untimed down where they could kick a 45-yard field goal and win it.
That's ridiculous.
Yes, thank you.
And Dan Jones is ridiculous. It's more like Tom Jones.
It's not unusual to be loved by Daniel Jones.
Jeez. Hey there, pussycat.
Whoa, whoa,
Whoa. That's a good song.
That is a good one.
Dan Jones is going a little bit bonkers. Didn't see this happening with the Indianapolis Colts.
No.
But 2-0. You know how tough these wins are to come by? Did you watch the Dallas Cowboys game?
I did not watch it. I saw how it ended, though.
It was a great game. Dallas just they've fully captivated me. Whether they win or they lose, it's like if they lose, everybody loves it because, screw them. If they win, they're all in it together, and there's their owner that's 1 foot in the grave. It's just an incredible storyline. Final seconds of the game, 2 seconds left. They boot a 64-yard improbable field goal to get it to overtime. And then in overtime, nobody wants to score.
No.
Dallas and New York, nobody wanted to score.
I thought we were heading for a tie.
And Dallas gets themselves in a field goal position. And what was it, 40-something that he boots for the win? That kicker is floating on clouds right now. And Jared Jones is trying to find a way to move him on.
Yeah. Jeez.
We either need a commitment from you, son, or we're going to send you on your way. It's like, geez, Jerry.
Yeah. Stupid. If anybody who's any good, Jerry Jones. But we got all these draft picks. Oh, so you just gave up the best pass rusher in the NFL for potential good players. So you have a player who's good right now in the prime of his career, or you could move him on for 2 guys who might be good down the line. But you're not sure. But you do know what you got now, but potentially.
We got all them draft picks.
That dude is living in the crazy, bizarro world of that Herschel Walker trade. Yeah, you traded Herschel Walker 40 years ago, and you got a haul, and you built a Super Bowl team out of it. That doesn't mean you're going to be able to do it again in 2025.
Times have changed.
Yeah.
How much time are you spending on this Chargers-Raiders game tonight?
I'll watch a good chunk of it.
I'm watching the whole thing.
Yep.
I won't watch the entire Buccaneers-Texans.
No.
But I will be watching Chargers-Raiders.
All right. One more, Christian. Spin it.
A wild one for Weber.
Wild one indeed. Weber State playing McNeese State. McNeese State, by the way, coming to Logan to play Utah State this weekend. And with 9 minutes left to go in the game, Weber State, you're thinking, is leading comfortably 42-21 with 9 minutes left to go in the game. Well, a running back for McNeese State reels off a 79-yard run, cuts a lead to 42-28. After forcing a punt, McNeese State takes it down and scores another touchdown with 4 minutes and 50 seconds left to cut it to 42-35. Get another stop. McNeese State scores a touchdown with 42 seconds left. It's 42-41. What do you do, Hans? Well, McNeese State decides to go for 2. To go for the win, and it falls short. And Weber State holds on after nearly blowing a 21-point lead. They end up winning that game 42-41. It'll be interesting. Mickey Mental, I believe, will join Jake and Ben coming up tomorrow, so it'll be fun to get his perspective on that one. Looked like the car was parked in the driveway, and then McNeese State, they needed to get one stop, and they got it.
Jackson Gilkey did work.
Yeah.
He did work. He accounted for 340 yards of offense.
Yep, 218 through the air, 114 on the ground.
Whew. Busy dude.
Yeah. All right, there you go. Sports Roulette right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Coming up next, we'll wrap up this show, get you ready for JJ and Alex on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
It's another battle for the Aggies, and the KSL Sports Zone has it covered. The Aggies look for a win this Saturday as they take on McNeese State. Your home for all the play-by-play coverage of Aggie football is right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. This is Hans Olsen and Scotty G, presented by Mountain Land Supply on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
All right, wrapping up another edition of the show. Hans and Scotty, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. All right, tonight you got a couple NFL games. What do you think? Raiders, Chargers taken behind the woodshed?
No, I actually think the Raiders win this one.
Yeah.
I think the Raiders take it. And, if they don't, at that point, it'd be kind of an embarrassment, because I think that the Chargers have shown some great weakness. And if the great Genty can't go for 124 and 2 scores, then what are we even doing?
What are we doing?
What are we even doing in business?
I don't know. My Broncos have the Chargers next week. I'd like him coming into that game a little fat and sassy.
Really quick, 2 things I didn't get to mention during the show. Guess who's number 1 in the country in sacks? Number 1 in the country in sacks.
John Henry Daley.
John Henry Daley leads the country. There's 4 guys tied with 5, but he's got 5 sacks, including a strip sack that was awesome, including a beautiful spin move. I was going to send out a bunch of videos of John Henry, but it's like I don't know how many people I actually want to see a breakdown of his spin moves, but fantastic. Great timing, good patience. Guess who's number 2 in the country in sacks?
You go up to Logan for that one.
You go up to Logan. John Miller is number 2. He's actually tied for 2. And I think there's like 12 guys right now in the country that have 4 sacks. But John Henry with 5, John Miller with 4. And it's just looking really good. Jackson Binney has 2 interceptions, which is good enough for number 2. There's 5 guys with 3 interceptions in the country, and then there's 8 guys with 2, and he's one of the 2.
And Noah Avenger, another guy with 2 interceptions.
And Noah Avenger is right there with Jackson Binney. So some great in-state performers going right now, and I know that we're going to have a few more days to talk about this Utah-Wyoming game, but I want to get a little bit more in depth with Hunter Andrews.
Yes.
And his usage.
Yeah.
Because I think there could be some interesting things there.
Josh is with us one last time here from IWC Roofing, $2,500 off. All right, so it's almost 3 o'clock. You going to give our guys maybe a little leeway?
No, man. They got 2 minutes.
They got 2 minutes. Let's go.
Let's just say if you're driving, we want everyone to be safe. Call us in the next 30 minutes.
All right.
We'll make it happen.
All you have to do is call right now and lock in that pricing, 801-232-5690. And again, you're not signing anything on the dotted line to get that pricing right now. You just need to have somebody come out to your house.
That's it. Yeah. The whole point of all of this, obviously, is to motivate people to get it done sooner rather than later. We can see the forecasting. We know what's kind of coming, both as far as weather is going to start settling in on us, as well as pricing next year is going to be a little bit horrendous with some of these tariffs and things. So that's why we're here. We're already doing a ton of volume. The whole goal is to help as many people as we can, save as much money as we can. And so that's why we're doing the huge $2,500 off. You don't have to commit to anything, but if you're on the fence, if you think you might have an issue, might be in the next few years, call now. Let's cruise out. We'll take a look at it. We're not high pressure sales guys. We're family, homegrown, Utah operated. It's me and my family that run this thing, and we just want to take care of people.
801-232-5690. Normally, they've got a great sale at $2,000 off, but today, for Hans and Scotty listeners only, you're going to get $2,500 off. But you got to call 801-232-5690. These guys are the best. Nobody does it better. Nobody's rated higher. Nobody's going to do it for less, and nobody's going to do it faster. One day, You can knock 98% of your projects out in one day.
Yeah, absolutely. It's unheard of. It's like watching organized chaos, but it is organized for sure. The guys are amazing.
And you leave the place better than when you showed
we'll
up.
Paint your pipes. We run magnets around your yards. We'll even pressure wash your driveway.
Look at that.
So we want to leave your place looking better than it was when we got there, for sure.
Service, man.
801-232-5690. Call now. IWC Roofing. JJ and Alex coming up next.